Supercars race by towers of glass, but for every moment of luxury, there are thousands living in labor camps miles from the city's heart, building dreams they will never experience. Dubai dazzles the world, yet its brilliance depends on invisible migrant workers from India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, and the Philippines, trapped by debt and distance. If you think this is simply a luxury playground, think again. The reality behind the perfection is far more complicated, and what is hidden might change the way you see the city forever. Palm-shaped islands rise from the sea, and glass towers reach higher every year. None of it is an accident. Dubai's perfection is carefully engineered, starting with policy. In 1985, the Jebel Ali Free Zone opened its gates, offering companies a deal few could refuse. Zero corporate tax, no customs duties, and full foreign ownership. By 2024, more than 40 free zones operate across the city, drawing in global investors, luxury brands, and developers eager to build the next headline project. These incentives slash costs for business, making it cheaper to import steel, glass, and marble from every corner of the world. Ambition is measured in square kilometers. The Palm Jumeirah alone added over 5 square kilometers of land to Dubai's coastline, using 94 million cubic meters of sand and 7 million tons of rock. The world islands, visible from space, required more than 300 million cubic meters of sand. Each new project announces Dubai's place on the global stage. Atlantis resorts, mega malls, and record-breaking towers that seem to appear overnight. Behind the scenes, speed and spectacle are not just for show. Land reclamation, fast-track permits, and streamlined visas create a pipeline for investment and labor. The city's image is curated with the same precision as its skyline. Every angle, every development, every shimmering facade is part of a deliberate strategy to attract wealth and attention. Tax-free shopping, luxury hospitality, and futuristic real estate are not just features. They are the product of policy choices that turn ambition into concrete and glass. The result is a city that feels as if it was designed for the camera. But beneath the surface of this constructed paradise, another system is at work. One that brings in the labor, keeps costs down, and turns vision into reality. Flights touch down daily at Dubai International, carrying not just tourists and business travelers, but thousands of men and women chasing a different kind of promise. The majority come from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and the Philippines. They arrive on temporary work visas, recruited to build, clean, and serve in a city they may never truly know. For many, the journey begins with a debt. Recruitment agencies in their home countries charge fees that can reach several $1,000s, sometimes the equivalent of a year's wages back home. Families pawn land or borrow from neighbors, hoping remittances will repay the loans. The moment the plane lands, the clock starts ticking. Once in Dubai, these workers rarely see the city's bright lights up close. Labor camps are set far from the city center, some as much as 40 kilometers away. Buses shuttle workers before dawn to construction sites, malls, and hotels, then back again after long shifts. The camps themselves are hidden from view, separated from the luxury districts by highways and desert. Here, the world's tallest towers and most extravagant resorts are just distant shapes on the horizon. Isolation is built into the system. Workers describe the feeling of being invisible, present everywhere, but never part of the city's life. In the camps, there are few chances to visit downtown, and even fewer to participate in the city's public spaces. For many, the only connection to Dubai's luxury comes through the buildings they construct or the rooms they clean day after day. Debt follows them at every step, with average recruitment fees often exceeding $2,000. The first months, or even years, of earnings go straight to paying off what was borrowed. Until the debt is cleared, there is no way out. This hidden geography of distant camps, agency fees, and the daily commute forms the backbone of Dubai's spectacle, even as it remains out of sight. A construction worker's payslip tells the story in numbers. For a month of labor, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, the total comes to 700 dirhams. That is about $190. On the other side of the city, a single night in a 5-star hotel can cost more. The gap is not just financial, it is built into the system. Summer temperatures in Dubai climb as high as 131 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity above 80%. During these months, workers pour concrete and lay bricks in the heat, sometimes for 14 hours straight. Official rules promise a midday break, but in practice, most remain on site, risking heat stroke and dehydration. Hospital visits for exhaustion are common. For many, the body adapts or breaks. Long hours are the norm. Some construction and service workers report shifts that last 16 to 21 hours, often with no days off for weeks at a time. During the Burj Khalifa's construction, a typical schedule meant 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. The city's relentless pace is powered by those who rarely see its finished side. Wages are only part of the trap. Under the kafala sponsorship system, every worker's visa is tied to an employer. Changing jobs or even leaving the country requires written permission from the sponsor. Contracts often prevent workers from seeking better pay or safer conditions. The power to decide a worker's fate rests almost entirely with the employer. Passport confiscation is widespread. Employers routinely collect passports on arrival and lock them away. Without their documents, workers cannot leave, cannot switch jobs, and cannot access many public services. The threat of deportation hangs over anyone who complains or tries to escape. For most, silence is the only option. The numbers add up to a system that keeps costs low and workers invisible. The city's luxury is built on labor that is cheap, replaceable, and controlled by law. Each skyscraper and shopping mall stands as proof of what the system demands and what it takes from those at the bottom. Luxury is not just built, it is broadcast. In Dubai, image is currency, and the city's reputation is managed as carefully as its skyline. Global influencer campaigns, worth millions each year, shape the world's view of Dubai as a place where anything is possible. Social media stars sign contracts that require positivity, no criticism of working conditions, no mention of labor camps, no hint of what lies beyond the poolside. For every viral reel of a rooftop brunch or private island party, there are silent corridors in the city's hotels and kitchens where another kind of story unfolds. A hotel housekeeper from the Philippines describes waking before dawn to clean suites most guests will never see her enter. Her earnings, sent home as remittances, cover school fees for her children, but come at the cost of years apart. For many workers, up to 80% of their monthly pay is wired home, turning sacrifice into survival for families thousands of miles away. The cycle is relentless. New mega projects demand new waves of labor, and the promise of remittance keeps the system in motion. Dubai's prestige projects continue to multiply. Mohammed bin Rashid City, Dubai Creek Tower, and the Museum of the Future are only a few of the latest undertakings, each requiring thousands of workers behind the scenes. The city's economic engine depends on this constant flow: cheap labor, rapid construction, and a global audience eager for spectacle. Yet outside the spotlight, calls for change grow louder. At the 2023 International Summit in Expo City, Dubai, human rights groups pressed for real reform, pointing to the gap between announced policies and daily reality. An NGO legal expert says enforcement must match the promises or workers will remain invisible. For those who build and serve, the city's beauty is always at a distance. The question lingers: can Dubai's future include the people who make its dreams possible? Or will their stories remain erased behind the luxury? Today, Dubai's wealth still relies on over 3 million migrant workers, most earning less than $300 per month. As luxury expands, so does the shadow it casts. Until dignity matches ambition, the city's brilliance will always come at a human cost. What future do we choose to build?